Happy Friday, y'all. We back again on Los Angeles today on LA Talk Live every 3 p.m. Pacific. We back again. I got my beautiful host, Kenya.
Yes, yes.
We got host Shia. We
Yes.
got Dr. Lee.
Yes.
And blessings. It's going down today.
Absolutely.
We got a very special show. We got the creator of the Ginger Surprise. We got Kalia Smith. We got my boy Bambino Brown. Later on the second half of the show, gonna let you check out some real live West Coast music, and we're gonna get our show started. What's up, Kenya?
I am wonderful, and I'm extremely excited because I have never heard of Ginger Surprise. And so when I had an opportunity to go look at it and, just look up all the information, I'm really excited about today's show. But you need to talk about what's going on right now, like
Well,
some current events.
well, it's going down. So, for all of our recreational marijuana people out there, we got Donald Trump. He's getting ready to go really hard on y'all. He done made it up in his mind that he's going to step up the enforcement. This is a new administration, and when we look at what Donald Trump is doing right now, he is really affecting our basically republic of the United States. He's really affecting it. He's got the whole Hispanic population scared. And for you guys out there, I know we want to kind of like play jokes, but the ISIS jokes in the neighborhood, we need to lay off on that. Because we got our ears to the streets, and we're hearing that our people in the neighborhood is like, ISIS is coming, and then they watch everybody run and scatter.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need to stop that. Like that, to me, that is like the main issue. We are all people. We all are Americans. We, no matter what Trump is doing, no matter what his administration is doing, as a whole, as a people, we need to stick together, voice our opinions. Because California is
So diverse.
so diverse, exactly, so diverse. But he also is killing other projects. Like they said, somebody I was talking to, my escrow officer, and she was telling me how they needed to kill the bullet train and the other stuff that he's doing. But I'm like, his Secretary of Transportation is killing projects that bring infrastructure and money to California. And we need to really be aware of that and really make our voices heard.
Exactly.
So that's what I was on for the.
They say if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And America is right now falling for anything. We falling for a lot of shenanigans. The stuff that he's throwing out there is not cool.
Yeah, he's rebuild America and make America better. I'm not gonna say he means make America whiter, but
that's what it feels like.
That's what it feels like. When you say you're gonna bring jobs and manufacturing and this back, and then you hiring Goldman Sachs and Rex or whatever his name is, the guy from the oil companies, and they have all of their cronies. Man, he just put all the billionaires in.
Exactly.
The Secretary of Education, Secretary of Transportation. So, with that being said, let's just as a people who, as we're really not the minority when we all come together. Let's keep that focus and stick together.
Exactly.
So here we go again. Hosea. You getting us on Facebook Live, texting everybody, letting them know to call in.
No, I did tell quite a few people to call
You
in.
did? Okay, all right. Well, we really want to get to you, and this product goes back a long time.
Yeah, it started about 12, 13 years ago.
Wow.
And the way the product started is I'm originally from the island of Bermuda. So
The islands, that's right.
Yeah, so we have a thing for ginger as it is. And in Bermuda, the only thing we export out of the island is our Bermuda black rum, our Bermuda perfume, and our ginger beer. So as a kid, that's all I drank. So then, about 12, 13 years ago, a guy showed me, he said, I got this drink I want you to try. And it was raw ginger. And it hit me so hard that I was like, oh, it was horrible. So
right.
that next day, I went and I got me Concord grapes, got me some grape juice, and got me some raw
And that
some
was the
raw
beginning
sugar.
of the first drink.
And that was the grape flavor.
Wow.
And where did the grape one go? Oh, here's the grape one right here.
The big one.
Yeah, so
the big bottle.
that's what initially started it, and it went from that one flavor to today we have 94 flavors.
Oh my goodness.
And I can testify, when we had Curtis on the show, he had brought some, and I had it, and it had me on fire. I felt good the whole show, after the show, everything. And then I made sure I got his information and reached back out to you so that we could put this show together on the power of your product.
Thank you.
What are some of the benefits that the ginger does to the body? Like, what's the whole
Well,
purpose
ginger
of
is
it?
a blood cleanser, a urine tract cleanser, breaks up all the mucus in your system. It's a mood enhancer. It has 135 constituents that
Nice.
a lot of medications struggle to have. And ginger has been one of the most powerful roots on the planet. Now, I can go somewhere with this where what were the three things that the wise men brought to the baby?
Frankincense, myrrh.
And gold.
And gold,
gold.
yeah.
Why frankincense and myrrh?
Well, both of those are herbs, I believe.
Exactly.
Yes,
And one of them is a derivative of ginger.
Wow. Okay.
So why
Education.
would God want the baby to have something of that nature? Because it heals the body.
Wow.
You need metal for your body, and you need these herbs to cure your body. Now, ginger, if when I was a little kid, my grandmother always made me take a spoonful. She would squeeze the ginger, and she would make me take a spoonful of it, and it was horrible to me as a kid. But because of
it's a very pungent.
intense,
Yeah,
it's
it's
intense. That's the why I
It becomes an acquired or a developed taste.
Yeah.
exactly.
You know,
And
it's
it
not-
has to be acquired.
Exactly.
And that's if you get to the point where you're able to drink it. My family tell me I'm pickled with it. I mean, I can drink it raw. I can drink a
Me too.
glass
Me
of
too.
a raw
Me
or
too.
the flavored. So the whole purpose of what Ginger Surprise was really all about is to give everybody a way of drinking ginger. In our drinks, there's more ginger in our drinks than any other ginger that you can
I
imagine.
can testify to that too.
Wow.
And that's
Very palatable too.
very.
Yeah.
And that's why the flavors come into play.
Right.
But we were in 13 stores plus Whole Foods with this product a few years ago. There was a situation where we were in a situation. I'm not going to mention it because I'm trying to stay away from the negative.
Stay
But
away from the negative. We
So-
will always keep
Exactly.
it positive.
right.
Exactly.
So what had happened was the product almost became a major product in the industry, and then some things came up and it didn't work out. So me and my business partner, we split up, and I'm now relaunching it under myself and with Kalia's help.
Okay.
So
That's
we're
right.
we're on the go.
all black owned
All
business.
black
Love
owned.
it.
All
I
black
love
owned.
it. You know, that's our main thing right here is black owned businesses.
Now, I had a situation where I was able to meet somebody, and she just happens to be in the house today. And
It just happens to be in the house.
What a coincidence.
Yeah.
but
We got to get her background though. She needs to
Yes.
really lace us
and
up. It
that's
really-
why I'm
I
stepping
already
in
know.
with this so that this leads into just about everything with
Exactly,
Ginger.
exactly. We're gonna let you go on and introduce her. I know who she is too, but I'm gonna let you do it.
Well, we have the most infamous doctor on the planet,
Yes.
and Dr. Lee has been an instrumental part of Ginger Surprise. I remember when I first met her, and I found out who she was. I was kind of starstruck at first, and then, I worked my way into really feeling her and understanding her, and then she found out about my product, and she spearheaded my product, and I'll let her tell her portion as far as what she thinks about the product, but to have somebody of her stature to really talk about my product, to
Yeah.
really enhance my product with just her spirit, and I use it that way.
Beautiful spirit.
I
yeah.
also have to interject also something I left out that I shouldn't have, but this product is made in honor of my mother,
Wow.
and my mother's name is June Crockwell Boyd. And the reason why it's in honor of her, because my mother died of cancer. And there's on my Facebook page, there's a video that was done where National Institute of Health, as well as a Dr. Patel, says, they say it. I personally cannot say it, but they say it, that ginger kills cancer. But on top of that, on that video, close to the end, National Institute of Health has a animation where the animation shows you how ginger enters the cancer cell,
Wow.
causes the cancer cell to basically starve itself, and then it implodes.
Wow.
Now, I have testimonies. In fact, that video
I
that's
was going
on
to get to that too,
Yeah.
but you
Okay.
beat me to it.
Oh,
Go
well,
ahead.
I mean, well, that's what I do.
I already
See,
know.
You the radio man.
I already
See?
know. I already know.
I'm
That's
the
right.
ginger man. So
Well, you're not just the ginger man, but we're not going to go in
Yeah.
there.
Right,
all
yeah,
that.
I do try to
I
get
heard
out
you
there.
a whole lot more.
Yeah, exactly.
saying.
Exactly.
So here's Dr.
So
Lee.
Dr. Lee, what's your endorsement on the product? No, hold on, wait a minute. First, give us
Your
a
background.
little bit of your background.
Oh, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I've been in functional, integrative, holistic medicine for almost 40 years plus and in the community. So I've worked everywhere when it lead to healthcare, from emergency room at Martin Luther King Hospital to HMOs, supervised in HMOs, and I worked for the federal prison.
Wow.
That's right.
And so from clinics from South Central to Calabasas, I've worked everywhere. And, you know, when I started going into integrative medicine, a holistic approach, I was working at King. And I was tired of seeing what was happening to us as people of color coming in that door. When not the trauma side, but trauma also, but also the physical component, the diabetes and heart attacks and the strokes and this and that. I can't take this. And plus, I don't want to be at that spectrum that I'm going to be introducing medication and vaccinations and this.
Especially
I
when
can't
you-
do that.
Especially when you know the side effects.
Especially, I've been in 2 comas myself.
Wow.
I've been pronounced dead once, but I've been in 2 comas myself. I
Wow.
won't get into all that. And part of why I'm taking the ginger is prevent all of those things from happening. I've had colon cancer. I was scheduled to have my legs amputated as a child. So my own journey and testimony is why I actually take this product, which I've been getting it from him. He was bringing it to the clinic years ago. I was giving it to a lot of
That's
cancer
right.
patients because
That's
there
right.
isn't a week that does not pass, not 1 week. I almost can say one day that I don't have a call from a new cancer client.
Wow.
And it's really sad. It's getting younger and younger. I just did I have a machine in my office called a CRT, contact thermal regulation. And it is a thermograph machine. I'm the only one in the world that's actually providing this service called thermography or thermograph for free. Most people with the machine charge anywhere from $300 to $400. And if we don't start looking at our young people early, I have a male spokesperson when it comes to men. He had a mastectomy at age 21. 21.
Wow.
Now, most people would not even test for a person that young. I had a young lady in 2 weeks ago. She came in for another reason. I said, but the spirit is telling me I need to do this test on you. 20 years old, bilateral breast cancer. Wow. 20. Because what's happening is inflammatory breast cancer. You're not going to find it anyway. You're not going to find it with a mammogram. Not inflammatory. And it's starting at age 15.
Wow.
15, 13 years old. So having this device, I was blessed that the company gave me this machine, which was almost a $25,000 machine. So I can
Blessings.
offer the services for free.
Wow.
Because I'm here
Wow.
the second time around after the coma to give back. I know why I'm here. I know my purpose.
That's right.
And I
Dr.
enjoy
Lee.
it.
Well, I have your card, and me and my son will be coming to visit you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow.
But I just want to say the ginger surprise is a surprise to some people, but it's
Like
no
me.
surprise to a lot of people because of its health benefits. And I really feel that every male after 20, because we don't know when hypertrophy of the prostate really start. They say later, that's when they start examining in most cases. PSA start going up, but we do know that ginger has the properties to actually shrink the prostate when it starts to enlarge.
Exactly.
And how many men have enlarged prostate
Yes.
glands? How many?
Yes, I know a
A
lot
lot.
of
So I feel that everyone, Young girls need to start taking this early. And it's not taking, just enjoy a drink.
Exactly.
The
You're
ginger
enjoying
surprise.
you're enjoying a drink. Apoptosis is destroying the cancer cells. I have my patients on it. They're along with other things they're doing. What I like to see more of is prevention. So we're not going to wait until a person is diagnosed with cancer to get started on it. You need to start now.
Preventive.
Our children needs to be on it. We need to take it daily. So it's something, it should be part of your in your refrigerator,
Exactly.
like you have a bottle of water in your house. So you should have your ginger there also.
So how much of it should you drink on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, if you're not taking any medication, you have a pretty good diet. When I say good, you're not eating a lot of any fast food, and gluten foods. If you have a pretty good diet and you're exercising, a good lifestyle, then you can go with maybe 2-3 ounces a day.
Now she's emphasizing raw.
Exactly.
Raw.
Oh, she's emphasizing
Oh,
raw.
the raw one. Okay.
Right.
A
Now,
raw ginger.
See,
Okay.
that's what she's emphasizing. That's what you got to distinguish.
Okay.
So when she said that, she meant the raw.
Okay.
Raw
So-
ginger, not the
But-
tablets
but,
and
but,
not.
but not everybody can drink the raw ginger, because ginger is still a stimulant too.
Right.
So
Right. But that's where
that's
the
where the
flavors
ginger
come
surprise
in.
come in.
Yeah, the flavors and diluting. If you have cancer, the one component you want to remove from your diet if you have cancer is sugar. We know sugar is like fertilizer.
It feeds
add
off the sugar.
in it. They do a test called a PET scan. For the life of me, most doctors in integrative medicine keep saying, you're doing a PET scan. I know you want to know where the cancer is. But when you give an injection, this is based on glucose, sugar. So they can see while you're standing in front of a camera how the body eliminates from the sugar. And just what? You just gave them a nice, healthy meal of sugar when you do a PET scan.
Wow.
I've had patients, they were doing great. They said, well, I'm scheduled for a PET scan. I said, ask them, can they do something else? And I won't mention all the other things I give them. But a PET scan, you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Because they start doing well, they get a PET scan, then the doctor say, you know what, it's not working. The cancer cells, this is back. 3 or 4 months later, the tumor is back. Well, you just gave it a nice, healthy dose of sugar.
When you get a PET
Wow.
scan.
That's a PET scan.
Why? Because do you ingest something?
No, it's
PET?
injected.
It's injected.
Oh, it's
It's
injected.
injected.
It's
And
like
that's
a
basically
dye.
sugar.
And it's basically sugar because what they want to do is
Wow.
inject it, put you
Okay.
in front of a scan, and everywhere the cancer is, it illuminates. On the
Well,
screen.
you know what they say. Medicine is an industry, and to feed the industry, they have to keep you sick, basically, anyway.
Well, we want to say that. We're talking about this, but
I know I can say that though.
no, you can say that, and
Yeah.
I can say some things too because
Yeah.
I've been a victim.
Exactly.
I know.
Exactly.
So my own testimony, outside of seeing people coming in daily, a gentleman came in and he's on small doses of this for circulation because ginger is also
ginger's
good.
great for circulation.
It's good for plaque, and I have my nonprofit is breast screening. My second component of that is beauty shop stroke screening. Well, guess what? If you have plaque, ginger is very good for that.
Wow.
It's very
Okay,
good. It's good for your
exactly.
LDL, the HDL. So when you're looking at your lipid panel and your cholesterol level, ginger is very good for that. But this because
So
it's
that's why
building-
she's endorsing.
because you're looking at what do we know? What puts the body on fire? Inflammation.
Inflammation, yeah.
This is great for inflammation.
Yeah.
What's going to lead to cancer? The inflammation. I have a patient right now with a PSA of 300 because he has inflammation because he has a catheter in his body because his prostate enlarged because he did some things with diet and kind of threw him off. But the problem is once you get rid of the inflammation, you're going to help eradicate the cancer as well.
Okay.
And it's a way of prevention. So I tell people there's some markers you need to know. That's your C-reactive protein blood test. You need to know what those levels are. They need to be
do
zero.
you do those tests?
I do all of that at my clinic.
Okay.
yes.
And where's your clinic at?
I'm located at 4560 Admiralty Way in Marina Del Way.
Right in the marina.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right by me.
We do IVs, and we call it now IVs by the sea.
I know exactly where that is,
love
Dr.
it.
Lee. I didn't know you were that close.
Yeah, that's where I am. That's why I was on time today.
Exactly. Well, you was on time for the hackathon too, though.
Yeah, I was.
You was on time for
Yeah.
hackathon, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where I know Dr. Lee from. And so when you told me she was coming, I was like, man, this is gonna be great.
Now I remember where I remember her from.
Ex-
From the
oh,
hackathon.
so-
I'm sitting here.
her
it
son was
just
her son was
hit
at the
me.
hackathon
Oh yeah,
too.
because I know I'd seen you before
Yeah,
too.
and
Your
I was
face
sitting here
was-
like, gosh, she looks familiar. I know I've seen her before. Okay.
yeah,
And
that
she
was
gave
a
a-
wonderful night.
It was.
She gave a great talk to the kids. I think she took the microphone away from me. I was trying to close up the show. I was trying to close up the show. She
No,
said,
no, finish.
yeah, exactly. She said, wait a minute. It was cool though.
They've
It was
done
good.
that. They've done that to me at churches too. Get the mic.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No, I
though.
don't want it.
No, it was
But-
great though.
but-
It all came
But
together.
I just want to say that we have great testimonies. I'm taking it now because I had a crazy incident that happened about 3 years ago, and I had a CT scan. Okay, and I know for a fact I should not have done that, but they wanted to make sure. I have histories in the past of pulmonary embolisms, blood clot to the lungs, so they wanted to make sure that that didn't happen. I'm like, really don't want to do that. I'm not doing a lung scan anymore. That's out because that doesn't happen to me, especially when you're drinking ginger, because it keeps the blood from having those problems. But something happened. I had a CT scan, and guess what it caused? I tell people when you try to stay away from those tests, if possible, I end up with 6 tumors around my thyroid.
because they bombarding you with radiation.
And the ginger is helping to shrink them.
Wow.
So I have my own personal testimonies, and I have watched people. So it's shrinking. Now, how do I know? We do ultrasounds. So the CRT, the ultrasound, that's non-invasive. So I watch the progression of a person healing.
Non-invasive. That's
The progression.
education.
I have to know.
Exactly.
I have 9 grandchildren. I have to know, are they healing? All this now of pushing the vaccinations and everything else. I have to know that they are healing.
Yes.
Since they want to force them into certain things, but we have our way of dealing with that too.
Okay, we're
Nice.
gonna have to talk to you later
Definitely.
about that.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
also, because I'm very much into the herbs, I have my own website, Now Valley Medicine, and we developed a product with Dr. Tyreek, B17, and it's like everything that you would get if you came from Africa,
Well, B17 is amazing.
Yeah,
I
so
have
that-
some patients that brought it in an injectable form, but we won't talk about that today.
Well, because when you look up B17, all of the medical professionals, the so-called doctors and all that, they don't even believe in that.
No.
They believe it's toxic. But I've been drinking a bottle of it a day, and it's not toxic, so I'm fine. The other thing I wanted to say about ginger is it also is a catalyst. It takes all the other herbs to the part of the body and makes it work better. So if you're taking another herb to do something else with, the ginger helps that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like African bird or cayenne pepper.
Can I just add something too?
Of course.
There's something called telomeres. Telomeres are a chromosome in the body. We test those, and I have a machine that I can test your biological age. Your chronological, but when you want to test. So mine is 25 years younger.
Wow.
And it shows too, but I also
Wow.
feel it. So when you start to lengthening those telomeres, therefore you don't, when you lengthen them longer, then you don't have these diseases and things happen. So one of
Wow.
my family members, I won't say which one, because in case they're watching the show, was tested in their early 30s. Theirs was 56.
Wow.
She said, my past history wasn't where it should have been. So they're changing everything and going on the ginger and doing
Change
some
the
other
diet,
things. So
change exercise.
we don't want to say anti-aging, but this is great for anti-aging. But what you want to do is lengthen your telomeres.
Wow.
I think my
Very
telomeres.
powerful.
Okay.
Powerful.
Wow.
You know,
We're
I-
gonna have to have you back, Dr. Lee. We're gonna have to
Yes.
do it.
Yes,
Because we
absolutely.
kind of broke the show up, but you should have called me and told me that, man.
I didn't want to tell you that it was supposed to be a surprise.
Well, you
And that's
Well, you
surprised me.
surprised.
Yeah, you
We got the
surprised
ginger
us.
surprise.
Yeah.
We
That's
got
what
Dr.
the
Lee
surprise-
surprise. All the surprises.
Exactly.
Well, I wanted to say also, in conjunction with Dr. Lee was saying, prior to me, I had 4 heart attacks. And I used to walk
Wow.
around with nitro tabs and nitro patches. I went cold turkey on December the 9th
You're not supposed to
of
do that, though,
93.
but-
No, I had no choice.
I didn't tell him to do that.
I
I was
See,
the one.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
think I
this is-
examined you shortly after, right?
Right.
But that was something I had to do for my
For
own
yourself.
health.
Yeah.
And in the process of doing so, I became a vegan. And becoming a vegan, this product has actually helped me. I'm now outrunning my kids on the basketball court.
What?
I have a
Wow.
daughter that plays ball. I have 2 sons that play ball. They have to keep up with me. I don't have to keep up with them.
Wow.
And I'm 60. So my whole thing is I'm trying to show other people that you can add 20 years to your life by
love
eating
it.
and drinking healthier.
I love it.
You
Now,
have to.
with that being said, when you look at what our young people are putting in their systems after they come off the court, or after
Those
they come
sugary
off the
energy
football,
drinks and-
right?
and
So that's,
Gatorade and all-
I'm not quoting anybody's product because I don't want.
Well, I can
nobody's
do that
product.
though. See that?
I'm
I
letting
can
you
do that though.
I'm letting you do
I
that.
already-
But
Yeah.
the whole process of our product is to make sure that there's a healthy product out there
Yes.
that
A
you can be on the
alternative.
court.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Alternative.
you can be on the court and you can play, but not only when you drink this, you actually get ginger is a mood enhancer.
It is.
So when you're out there and you got this energy rolling with you, and you want to drink a bottle of ginger, ginger surprise, it's going to send you in a whole different mode. You're going to feel like, oh, dang, I can keep going and I ain't got no stop. But not only that, it's an appetite suppressor.
Oh yes. See, I
See,
need all
so-
of that in my life.
She ain't got an inch of fat on her, and she
I know.
talking about she needs. You need to stop that
She can
noise,
eat though.
woman. I'm
She
sure
will eat some
can.
food though.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
she can eat some food though. She don't be playing though. She eat that
Well,
food.
I got to introduce somebody. He's not here, but
Okay.
Mr. Lou Gossett Jr.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Lou Gossett Jr., I happen to. I'm also one of the top photographers in LA, and I happened to do an event
Exactly.
that he was at, and I gave him a gallon of the raw ginger. I gave him a gallon of the flavored ginger. 4 days later, he called me. He said, "Hosea, what is that you gave me?" He said, "That was so divine, man. I need some more." He had me and Kalia take 4 gallons out to him to his house in Malibu
Wow.
on that Monday.
He had to
Kalia can
he had
talk
to have
all-
it.
Yes.
You want to talk about that, Kalia?
Yes.
And talk about what? And you were supposed to bring some vegan chef food for us, and so we can.
No, that was him.
No, you the vegan chef though.
No,
No.
I am.
You are okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got something for that too.
Okay,
got
Queen
Queen
what?
Vita.
Queen Vita's.
And
Vida.
she'll
Oh,
be
it is
here.
Wonderful.
She'll
Food
be.
is
She
good.
is considered one of the top.
When she's coming.
She'll be here today. She'll be in LA today. She has some events she's doing, and she's actual queen. I'm not talking about the
She
word
named
queen.
herself.
Of royal blood.
She's
I
royal
love it.
blood.
She's
I
so
love
she's the
it.
queen. She's the queen
from Ghana.
I love it.
So
love it.
So I can introduce you to her, bring her in. She's also one of the ones that's pushing my product. So,
Exactly.
but getting back to Mr.
Kalia.
Gossett, go ahead, Kalia.
Yes, we actually met him at the Tuskegee Scholarship Foundation. They were giving out their awards, and he was a host of it. And we had some juice with us because Hosea always has juice on him.
Always.
If you catch him walking
Always.
down
He
the
was here
street-
videoing
Portable
and
cooler.
it came out with it had bottles and all that.
Portable cooler.
Yes.
It was so good. I bought me some too that day. I think.
If you catch him without juice, it's because he's already sold it. It's not because he didn't make it, because I guarantee you he left the house with some.
Wow.
But we were there, and Lou was getting ready to leave, and Hosea had already given his wife, I believe, a gallon of juice for him, and told her, it's a ginger juice. I think you'll like it. She said he loves ginger. He'll love to try it. Hosea is seeing him going by the elevator, and he signs a book and gives it to Hosea. By the next day, Lou was calling him like, I don't know what you gave me, but I need some more of this. Like, bring me more. He actually only requested 3 gallons, but we took him a 4th one because we were trying out a new flavor. We go out there to Malibu, give it to him. I think that was Friday. By that Monday, he was calling us like, all right, I need some more.
Oh,
we
my
just gave him
goodness.
4 gallons. He was like, I love this. Like,
And
I
he
want
wanted
to
to
work
have
with
it.
you on it. Yep. He was
Yes.
like, come back. Let's talk about this some more.
So now
Like,
he's he's endorsing it too.
Yes,
So
he's
I see you got
he-
some
to
bo-
be- to
I
be
see you got some
exact.
gallons here for me too.
Exactly.
to be exact,
Exactly.
Lou
Hold on.
said he is the godfather to this drink.
Wow.
Love it.
Okay, so listen, tell us how to get in contact with you, Hosea.
Okay, my Facebook page is Dennis Dennis Boyd Boyd. The photo is of myself and my son holding bowling balls, and then our website is gingersurprise.com.
Gingersurprise.com.
And-
If we want to just order it directly, can we
If-
order it off
My
the
number's at the bottom of the website.
Exactly. So y'all need to get your Ginger Surprise. Dr. Lee, tell us again how to get in contact with you.
You can reach me at 310-419-4300. I am on Facebook, Dr. Cherilyn Lee, and also New in You, Wellness TV with Dr. Lee.
love it. So we're going to go to break now.
Yes.
Los Angeles Today with the Ginger Surprise.
Yes,
I
Dr.
love
Lee.
it. Dr. Lee, Hosea, Kalia,
Yes. Kim
My
Yadu.
do the damn thing. She brought it all together. Hey, you know what? We're gonna have to have you back again. I'm gonna schedule it out again so we can have you back. Dr. Lee is close. I'm gonna schedule it back out so we can do the whole hour with you. You know what I mean?
It'll be our divine honor.
It would be, man. And then,
Most definitely.
and then, I'm hooked up with Dr. Savi's Sons. They got the bitters and the other stuff. I just got an office space over in Inglewood. We're gonna chop it up and make it happen.
That's what we want to do.
All right, we're gonna get back at you. We're gonna go to break. Los Angeles Today on LA Talk Live, reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. And we are more than just talk.
The finer things of life, it just seem to fit us nicely. Boss nigga, bad bitch, killer view. We take it in, eating good just how we do. Phone up, laying low, King Louis trees blow. Champagne campaign, what that view be hitting for? Couple rats, couple nights, classy, but I lay that pipe. She know, he go hard just to beat it right. But I'm in airplane mode, cause the mood is right. If I had a voicemail, probably be sounding like
I know you can't reach me, cause I'm on my airplane. I'm not coming down, I'm not coming down. I know you can't reach me, cause I'm on my airplane.
Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. You're tuned in to LA Talk Live, where we're more than just
I'm
talk.
always visualizing the views from the top. It's a lot easier to walk down the hill than walk up the hill. But when you walk up that
Join Devon, 3 p.m. Pacific, each and every Friday from Los Angeles Today. Purple nights and golden days. Ooh wee, he's so LA.
What up, LA? It's Miss Devon, inviting you to join me every Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific for Los Angeles Today.
Coming live and direct from LA Talk Live. Entertainment, sports, special guests, current events, and the hottest and latest in LA. This is where the twist goes down daily. Boss up with us. Boss up with us each and every Friday on LA Talk Live. You can also catch us on iTunes R&B or check us out live on LATalks.com. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure. This is LA Talks Live, and we're more than just talk.
Stay getting that work from California. And all the killers, they show me love in California.
Hi, this is WDC,
And this is Robert Lamar.
inviting you to join us every Saturday, 2 p.m. Pacific, for Scholar Me Live.
Join us as we bring you weekly sports highlights,
Interviews with student athletes, coaches, and pros,
Song of the Week,
contest giveaways.
Scholarly Bee Female and Male Students of the Week,
So don't forget to tune into the #1 social network,
the sporty and sexy Scholarly Bee Live, Saturdays, 2 p.m. Pacific,
exclusively on LATalkLive.com.
and the American Talk Live Broadcast Network.
Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasure.
This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Want to enrich in your radio listening? Do it now with the new WDC radio show, LA Talk Live's new talk, rock radio show, Saturdays 4 p.m. Pacific, filled with news, talk, sports, entertainment, and more. Tune in as we fill your weekend with rock and funk from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and today. WDC radio show. Listen as we kick off the new generation of radio with talk, rock, and funk. The all-new WDC radio show, Saturdays 4 p.m. Pacific on LA Talk Live.
Let's be who you is. Homie, you don't really gang bang. You ain't really with this shit. Homie, you don't really feel down. Stop influencing the kids. in real estate, where a nigga bang.
What up, what up? We back again on Los Angeles today. It's Friday. I hope the eagle flew for everybody. I had some of that Hosea surprise, ginger surprise. It got me on fire, boy. I'm feeling lively now again. What? Oh my God. Hey, we gonna get him back for a whole hour with Dr. Lee. Absolutely. I might even just get a special show and Radio Rich. He rich in radio, so he might give us one of them 2-hour specials somewhere. We can piece it up. But right now, Kimia, who we gonna get? What we gonna get to my boy Bambino Brown in the house? Hip hop success. What's up?
What up, bro? I appreciate you having me, man. I appreciate you having me.
Man, this all love. This is Bam in the house.
Your boys, man. We got some years on us, man.
We got some years, man. Yeah. You know what? I feel like I'm the big homie still.
You feel like you are.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to hear you say that, though.
You're my OG, man.
We go way back.
I've learned a lot from you, bro. You know?
Yeah. But you took it to that level, man. You took that real estate, took that hustle money, put it in real estate. Now he got hip hop success. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Hey, but look, trip off of this, man. This young cat was one of the only cats from the neighborhood that got signed by Cube. And you know how Cube is picky. And if back in the day, if you wasn't coming through Cube or Dre or one of them, you really wasn't getting no deal on the West Coast or Quick. On that side,
if you didn't come through a lane, then it was hard to get on.
It was hard to get on, and you actually got on with another.
He heard a 3-song demo. My pops was at Tone Loke's house. You know, Tone Loke, right? So Tone Loke and Laylaw was chilling. My pops gave a demo to Laylaw. Laylaw went in the car, came back, was like, "Where they at?" And then he put us with Cube, and they wanted something different from the hood. You know, they had Caution, they had the different other artists that he had under his loop. What was the name of them brothers? I'm drawing a blank right now. I know it was Caution, and then he had the Lynch Mob.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we were more like, Westchester fresh cats from the hood, but we was more on the player fun.
Hey, didn't nobody really know about us. They was sleeping on us back in the day. They was sleeping on them Westchester, Fox Hills boys. We was right outside.
We gang banging, but we more like, we're the pretty ladies that we not tripping. My boy just died. I don't really want to go that route.
We not even tripping on that, but we was still getting our paper, doing what we was supposed to do.
Come on, man, California. I mean, you see so much balling and so many people. Success is all around you in California. So why you ain't gonna shoot for the stars when you look at it all day?
Exactly.
You look at it all day, you want to attain it.
And you took some lessons, man. I remember coming to your spot right off of Slauson, right there by Yee's on Slauson, going there.
The Himalaya Hills, baby. My parents still there.
But Buddy built his little studio in the back room. I was like, oh, man.
Bro, that's when my real estate started.
Yeah.
Moms was like, because can we talk about anything on here?
Man, anything.
Okay,
what you talking about?
I know y'all got the marijuana show. So moms would smell little hints. My grandmother came and smelled some weed in my room and embarrassed my mom. So my mom said, look, you can get rid of the weed or you can get your ass out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, something went on my brain. We got the little deal. I took my money and built that little room downstairs. I said, Mom, do you mind if I add on to your house? Do you mind if I add on to your house, Mom?
She was like, nah.
She was like, no, I don't mind. So I built a bathroom, a studio downstairs.
And did a good job. It was tight.
That was my first project, bro.
Yeah. We ain't going to talk about everything that was going on down there. We're going to keep it 100. I come through, I'm like,
factory. It was music. A lot of things was coming out that factory.
I hear some behind the scenes stories.
Yeah, we ain't going to go there, though. We ain't going to go there.
Hey, man, when you come from nothing, you got to figure it out. You got to rub 2 nickels together and figure out how to make something happen.
Exactly.
So we're not fortunate as a people to really come from old wealth.
Mm.
So we got to build it and leave it to our kids if we smart.
Exactly.
And so that's kind of why we started this hip hop success thing. It's a platform, a media platform where we got 100,000 people coming through a month, and it's all positive content. It's all entrepreneurship. It's anything that anybody that knows the hip hop culture, we let you on our platform if your movement is positive. So it's got to be about
teaching them about the business side of it.
Yeah,
he had my man Dr. Boyd Watkins on there. Boyce Watkins on there.
He was on there.
Yeah, I seen that. I was like, buddy. I was like, I want to get him on my show too over here.
Yeah, I could link you with him.
Yeah, exactly.
He loved our whole platform and what we were about. He felt like the kids need this. You got your World Star Hip Hop where people go to see ignorant stuff all day. So we wanted to be the Sprite to their Pepsi. We
I
want
like
it to be
that.
the opposite. Well, you could wake up one morning and want to see some ignorant.
Another black owned business for y'all out there.
And then you come to
You
our platform
understand?
when you want to make moves with people like yourself, or you want to learn how to better your business. You come to inspire yourself. We're the blueprint to mental success, not just financial success.
Exactly.
So it starts in the body first, and then
you know how we did it. You know, we had the General Jay. You know what I'm saying? Hassan. You know, a lot of people don't know rest in peace, but you know what I'm saying? But we,
absolutely.
Back in the day, we really was doing it, and we still doing it right now. I'm still buying houses. I'm still flipping. I'm still doing sober living. I got a residential detox licensed by the state of California.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I was inspired by cats like yourself, and one of my partners in Another Level, rest in peace. He passed away. Michael Lincoln passed away of cancer. He put me up on the real estate where I kept putting money back into the music. And LA being Hollywood, they don't really support independent artists. If you don't have a major behind you, then you're not getting that much support. So I kept dumping money into getting features and producing product, and I wasn't getting the home support that I wanted. And it's hard to grow in other markets because they want to say, so what's going on in LA?
Exactly.
They ain't playing you in LA, and it's kind of a catch-22.
Yep, sure is.
And now everything is pay to play.
Yep.
Exactly. So
But that's why we got this platform right here on Boss Angeles today, because you don't really got to pay to play. It's all about working together.
Yeah, and my buddy Sticks, man, he was doing real estate. So my point was, you know, from doing music, I decided to take some years off to just focus on real estate and get my paper up, because I really couldn't focus on my music career without no bread. It was just a sad truth. You want to do it for the art, but if the art ain't keeping the lights on,
you can't do it.
And come on, man.
Gotta make other
And
moves.
you know that's how I did everything back in the day, was through real estate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
I'm writing a book called 40 Acres and a Jewel, teaching cats how the power of owning real estate. Everywhere we step, somebody owns it.
Great.
So
and how you can leverage it and what you can do, because you leverage that and you know build hip hop success, the clothing line.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Pay cash for a house for you cats that don't know what it feels like to
Yeah.
pay cash for something.
Want to be free and clear with yours.
Free and clear, you understand me?
Y'all buying gold chains and cars all day. I went and bought a
yeah.
crib, so if something goes wrong, I can go home and rethink of
Leverage
another
it.
plan.
Exactly.
You heard me?
Exactly.
And we
Not
can
develop that plan for
and we
car.
can put our money together, and we can put our money together and invest.
Exactly. You
Like
can pull from your
Dame
house, yeah.
like Dame Dash said, man, if you not writing the checks out of your bank account, then you really not the boss.
Absolutely.
Say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
There's somebody above you.
Like
yeah.
I tell people, I got my checkbook in the car. Where's yours at?
Right.
You
It's
know what I'm
on
saying?
deck.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm gonna just start telling people my checkbook in your car.
Well, you know, baby, that ain't no problem.
When you cutting checks bigger than most people cashing them, then you know you're doing something right.
Exactly. You understand?
But we got to, that's what we're here for, hip hop success. I love what you guys just did with the Ginger Surprise and Dr. Lee and my brother here. Education is key for us. We got to teach each other.
Yes.
McDonald's, I'm loving it. What? You loving what about that?
Exactly.
Being in the hospital?
Exactly.
So if we don't teach ourselves, then
it's some brothers out there saying that we're using food genocide.
Absolutely.
Meaning
It's
that
big
we
business.
eating ourselves into a grave.
Exactly.
It's big business,
It
man.
is so
It's-
many kids out here now that are obese, and
Obese,
it just like when
Well,
I
no,
was growing
child,
up.
Child
when I
obesity
was
is
growing up,
crazy.
I don't remember
No.
obese children. I didn't
Well, they-
think-
Kids don't go outside no more. They're
Yeah.
too busy on the
Exactly.
computer all day. They don't play no.
Exactly.
What happened to riding bikes?
Yeah,
Exactly.
skateboarding.
My
You know what I'm
mom's
saying?
like,
Playing
you come-
basketball
My
all
mom
day
used to
long.
have to be like, if you come home this late again,
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, we was out having fun,
Yeah.
man. We was
I don't
swimming
wanna
all
be
day
home.
during the summer, play
And it-
basketball,
and It was
swim.
nothing.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like a chore. It was something we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The
So,
internet has kids
man,
just
tell
stuck
us about this album though, real quick.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the album that's coming now is called The Vicious Cycle. It's a lot of pieces from my mixtape at Bambino's World. I did that because all my social media is at Bambino's World. Plug, follow me. Instagram, Snapchat.
I did that today.
Yeah, but The Vicious Cycle is basically, as a baby's born, a man dies. So inevitably we lose people in life. So you might as well enjoy every day.
We done lost some good ones along
Come
the
on,
way.
man.
Yes, we
Every
have.
day is a blessing. There,
Every day.
you feel me? And I don't think we take that for granted in this country. To me, that everything is hard, everything's bad. I work in St. Louis a lot, and people's spirit is broken. They think that this country, you would think you're in a third world country in some places.
I know.
In St. Louis, and I'm trying to tell these brothers, bro, you can buy a house right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they don't see themselves. They don't believe
Their mentality
that
is
it's
not even
broken.
there. Yeah.
Where if houses in Compton cost $5,000 like they do in St. Louis, every gangbanger would even own a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because their mentality is still to hustle. We just
Exactly.
hustling and gangbanging.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you can't get a $400,000 house, easy.
No.
You know, you might want it, but how you gonna
Exactly.
qualify for it?
Exactly.
So it's a different level of thing, and I think we just got to teach each other though. That so back to the album, it's basically teaching cats, man. But through Hip Hop Success and through my album, it's not preaching because I'm having fun on my album.
Yeah.
I like to leave that for the Hip Hop Success.
Like you don't bang. Like don't
Exactly.
even
Right.
tell you. Come on now.
That was
You-
inspired by the
Yeah.
whole Soulja Boy, Chris Brown. I'm a fan of Chris Brown. Soulja Boy, not so much. I respect his business, but I felt like, damn, y'all gazillionaires and y'all want to gang bang now? That's
Yeah.
you
Exactly.
moonwalking in the game, bro.
Yeah, you hustling backwards.
You hustling
Yes.
backwards, bro.
Yeah, and putting a negative stigma.
And you teaching kids that
On
that's cool.
us.
Yeah.
Bro, you supposed to be traveling the world. You
Yep.
shouldn't have enough time to do nothing but smile and be
Exactly.
on yachts. And the gangbangers trying to get to your level and you trying
to get to their level.
They switch if you like. Give me your chips and
Absolutely.
you can come have my hood card.
Exactly.
They would switch in a second.
Exactly.
So that song was inspired by not to diss anybody and not to diss nobody gang, because it's real gangbangers, man. The ones that are really gangbanging.
And we know them
We
too.
know who they are, and they
Yeah.
I grew up with them, and I've
Exactly.
lost so many homies to it. I'm like, if you're not really about that life,
Yeah.
Man, don't be out here
don't be out here
perpetrating.
perpetrating. Let's
when
get it
I
100.
was listening to it, I heard it like a wake up call.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on now,
Come on.
come on.
You don't really-
stop
you
that.
not-
You're not about that life.
You are
Stop
not
it.
about that
Yeah.
life. And the ones who
And the
really
crazy
are,
thing is, we not even about that life.
Yeah.
Yeah, we not even about that life. We
Yeah.
we was looking at that back in the day. We was like,
Yeah.
oh man, we cool on
Exactly.
that.
I even think the gangbangers now, man, they're gonna become like walking legends. Like it needs to stop though now. Okay, we've had enough of that, y'all. From the Black Panthers, it kind of they cut the head off of us as education. It became gang banging over time. We're
Yeah,
like
they just let
bastards
that
of the-
one brother out for 43 years. That was in the Black Panthers. They just let him out after 43 years.
Wow.
He got his case overturned
Yeah.
from killing a prison guard.
Wow.
And they
How,
just let him
how do
out.
we get Cube and Dre and all of them to do like educational programs in the hood or do a youth center or something like this building here and do it as a tax write-off? How do we
love
not
it.
hold our leaders accountable
Yes.
to do that kind of stuff? You know,
Man.
we put them up on these pedestals. And I got a number of respect for them, but when you say be true to the game,
Yeah.
moved way out the hood, what have y'all done for Compton?
Exactly.
$40 million crib.
$1 billion later, you
Yeah.
haven't,
And that's your
did a-
brand.
You haven't done a nonprofit in Compton to build something.
That's your
Nope.
brand.
So
that's
I'll-
your brand. Even Serena Williams came back and
and
did
some
a
stuff.
tenant.
And I just think collectively, man, we at Hip Hop Success, we do these things called the round table where we sit people down and hold these discussions to try to
Okay.
inspire each other to connect, mobilize. Because if one of two of us do it, if we just do it, they're gonna take us out.
Exactly.
But if we all do it,
They
Yeah.
can't
they
get us
can't
all.
stop
Yes,
it. Like the Jews and the
exactly.
Asians, everybody else got the memo except
Yes.
for us.
Yep.
We still Willie lynching.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we got to get off that Willie Lynch diet and start mobilizing, and
Yeah.
then
Get on that united we stand.
Exactly.
Divided
it's
we
gonna
fall.
happen inevitably. I just
It
want it to
is.
happen
It's
during
happening
my
now.
lifetime. I don't want to be old with a cane talking about, I wish it would have happened when I
Oh,
was
no,
younger.
no, hold on, buddy. It's happening.
Yeah,
It's
I know
happening.
it's happening.
It's
we
happening.
making it happen right
yeah,
now.
we making it happen
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
You know,
we're making
because
history.
I got between just you and me, what we do every day. Like we just happen to be able to get linked up. You know,
Chasing that dream.
Yeah,
boy.
we chasing
ain't
that
got no
dream.
time to be playing.
Nah,
we stay in
but-
touch. Thank God for social media because
thank God
Yeah.
for social
you doing good.
media.
Your family good. You healthy.
Exactly.
My dog. I see you
Exactly.
hustling.
Exactly. I was like, buddy, man, you gotta. I hit him up, Dr. Lee. I was like, man, you gotta come. I heard his album. I was like, shh.
Yeah.
Man, I was like, man, the
I started
production.
giving it away because it's so fire.
Yeah.
And I'm so tired of chasing the record companies. And now you got to build your brand now anyway.
Yeah.
So they want to see how many followers you have. They want to see this.
Exactly.
So I'm just letting people get off the music. Let this music talk. I don't have no major budget. My music sounds a lot better than a lot of people's music on here.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
So-
we was talking about that live streaming and bringing some acts in and doing some other things.
So y'all go to
Putting-
SoundCloud,
putting our mo-
soundcloud.com/Bambino Brown.
It's
go
there
get
too,
That's
and it's
exactly-
fire,
that's
and
did
let
today.
people know about
and
it.
it's fire too.
Appreciate that.
I do have a question for you because, like, I was reading like your bio and you were talking about how people inspired you, like Rakim and NWA and Jay-Z and Nas, and then you also were inspired by Prince and Michael Jackson. With those genres of music being so diverse, like, how are you able to find your niche? How are you able to fit? Like,
That's what
find
makes my niche is because I vibe off of so much music. From Bob Marley. I might listen to Dave Matthews one day. Then I'm on Sade in the evening with my girl or I'm sipping some wine. if I listen to too much of the same music, I get bored. It doesn't feed my spirit.
Yeah.
And a lot of the music today, I'll listen to in the club or for a minute, but it's so negative. If you ingest that all day, you're like Walking Dead. So I feel like a lot of
you are what you feed yourself, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah,
and so your mental diet is broken. Like a lot of these new artists, you could tell their mental diet is broken because they're copying. Copying is okay now. They sound just like the last artist that just came out.
Well, not only are they copying, but it was his brother on the internet, and he was saying that if all you ingest is the strip clubs, getting high, getting drunk, doing this and this, and he's saying that if that's all you ingesting, then that's all you gonna sound about.
Exactly.
That's why you sound like everybody else.
Saul said that, brother Saul.
Exactly. You know who I'm talking about,
yeah.
and I heard that, and he was like, I close myself off to certain things because I don't want to ingest that.
Right.
Just like I don't eat certain things,
Exactly.
I don't listen to certain things, I don't watch certain things.
Exactly.
I don't even want that. As part of my diet.
No, not on a regular. I mean, everything has its place to me. Sometimes, I'm in a strip club, but that's very rarely.
Yeah,
but
okay.
maybe
Crazy.
once every blue moon. You know what I mean? But if you're listening to that every day and that's your regular MO, then my girl will be like, "Are you crazy? My friend's coming, my brother's coming to town," and she's like, "Okay, where you and the fellas going? I don't even want to know." You know, once every blue moon. But that's me personally. But if you're listening to that daily and that's all you're taking in, come on, man, what are you gonna?
Yeah.
In St. Louis, a cat pulled up bumping some music. An old lady was pumping her gas, and he rose up bumping, "The bitch, something." I'm thinking like my ears cringe. I see the old lady shaking. He left his door open. The lady's scared. I'm thinking. I said, "Brother, close your door. You see this lady right here?" And I felt like he wanted some business from me just telling him that. I'm like, you know. But
there's a lack of respect. Like this music literally causes you to be disrespectful. Like it's almost like you get brainwashed and you think that the dialogue that they're having in this music is okay to have in the street.
It's so toxic to the immune system.
Yes.
I cannot begin to tell you. If I hook you up to and do some tests, biofeedback, and see what happens to your cells, it is so toxic.
When you're listening
to the music, it's very toxic.
That's deep.
I can believe that.
I believe it.
So Dr. Lee, tell us, and I really want to know this. What was it like working with Michael Jackson? Because he's gone.
Yeah.
And I know you work with him, and that had to be very intimate. And we got a few more minutes, and I really want to hear what that was about, because we really missed that brother and really missed everything that he brought to the table. And not only that, what he went through from the transformation from where he was at to what he turned himself into.
Yeah. And I think eventually I want to do my own documentary, because he was too misunderstood, and which was really horrible. He was really a misunderstood person. And even with the things people say he changed himself into, a lot of that people didn't know with the vitiligo.
Yes.
And they
So
talked about
he really had vitiligo.
Oh yes,
he did.
yes,
he did.
yes.
Well,
And there's pictures.
Just clarifying it for the record, on Los Angeles. We getting it straight.
And I'm just agreeing
Okay,
with the clarification.
You know, I knew, and I'm a good friend of Keith Holman, who actually did a lot of Michael's designs. And we're very good friends. We met down later. And it's amazing, because when I was younger, the glove, I said to myself, by me having eczema and always trying to hide the scars, I said, you know what? He's hiding something. It's something he's hiding while he's wearing a glove. So glove was not a fashion statement at first. The glove was hiding the vitiligo.
Wow.
Okay.
And people didn't know that.
That's deep.
You know,
That's
and
deep.
He made it worldwide too.
He
Yeah,
did.
turn it into a
You
dream.
have two, mommy. Buy me the set, but I only need one.
Wow.
You know, and all he wanted to do was be one color. He couldn't get the melanin back, so he took the medication to be one solid color. That's all he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But people didn't know, and it's in the report when I was on the trial about the lupus and the vitiligo. Those are autoimmune.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't that he was a strange person walking around with an umbrella, but you cannot be in the sun with some
Exactly.
of those conditions.
Yeah.
I wish he would have made that more public so we all knew that.
But he was a very private person.
Yeah.
He was very
was.
private. He was very private, and I was surprised when I met him. I met him through some patients of mine who was his bodyguards, and they said, "You have to get Dr. Lee. Let's bring her in." So they did, and when I got there, they said he doesn't like to be treated as an entertainer. So I said, "Okay, great." But when he walked in, and I didn't know he was there because I was really there to see the kids. And he walked in, and I said, I like to hug. So he said, okay. And we gave each other a hug, and we started talking. Then I said, you know what? I have to get this out because I admired you all my life. And then once I get this out for a couple of seconds,
I'm sure he understood that.
Yeah, he did, and he was fine with it because we were so at peace with each other that I spent days and nights with him. I would leave, and my mother, I was working with her too at the time. She was alive. And we'll leave Michael at 1, 2 in the morning and go see my mom. And then the cycle started back the next day. But I have never, and I hate to say this because I've worked with a lot of people in this community and a lot of entertainers, but he is the first person that I work with that was so loving, that was so giving, that did not gossip. Wow. He did not gossip. He might have been concerned about your health and said, look, maybe you should go see so-and-so and talk to them to lose weight. Wow. But he did not gossip. He did not gossip, just caring and loving. And the one thing, I had a patient one night in the entertainment business that told me, I won't say entertainment anyway, because I do the vitamin C IV therapies, and that's what Michael loved. He loved the vitamin C because you feel so good. Mentally you feel good. Physically you sleep better. And it's just amazing. So I had 3 patients that night. Michael was not one. But these were all 3 cancer patients because I provide concierge services where I go to the home and take care of people.
Exactly.
I have to say this because I also do hangover IVs too. So
I went out last night.
And I'm telling you, you'll be straight. So I've been doing hangover IVs for a long time. But and I told this person I can't come and see you because I have the 3 cancer patients. And this person said they're gonna die anyway. Come on and see me. And he only wanted it for energy and feeling good and anti-aging.
Oh, wow.
And I thought that was, I just lost respect for that person. I would tell Michael, he would call, he said, I just want to get an IV tonight. Can you come and see me? No, I can't because this person has, kind of said a brain tumor and there was some things going on. Okay, call me next week. And when I would see him, you know what he would do? He would ask me, how are the patients doing?
Wow.
He cared.
He cared.
Yeah.
Wow.
No one took out that type of time in his in who he is.
Yeah.
He would always ask. He would always ask me, "How's your mom doing?" Because he knew my mom was had a lot of seizures and was going through a lot of things during that time. But he always, "How's your children?" He couldn't believe my age, and he couldn't believe how wavy my hair was. It was funny. And then there was something that I said to him. I used to have this on a card. And it's funny how it ended up, out of all the affirmations he had on his mirror, the second trial, this was written on the mirror. They showed it to me before we went on trial for the second trial. And it goes, I am so grateful that I am a magnet for miracles.
Wow.
And so it was his fan club that turned it into the button for me because it was on a card.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That they said this is the only affirmation that we have off of his mirror. And I couldn't believe it.
We almost over. We didn't have enough time. Bambino Brown. Tell him how to get in contact with you and get that album.
www.playboybam.com.
Playboybam.com.
Or
talk too.
www.hiphopsuccess.tv.
Yeah.
You can get all my stuff there. You can check out the documentary. You can listen to the music, and after you like it, buy it.
And Dr. Lee, tell her one more time how to get in contact with you.
Well, you can reach me at 310-419-4300. And our website is newwellnesshealthcare.com.
And we're going to have Dr. Lee back for a whole thing. We're going to have Hosea back for a whole thing. I kind of broke it up. But I see value in this. We're going to make it happen.
We have to do it again. And we definitely have to bring Bambino back because he has a lot of information as
He's
well.
He's not even getting ready to get out of here without me. I got a property for him to look at right now because he told me to find a flip for him. I got it for him right now. I got it right now. I'm ready for you. I'm about to show it to you. Yeah. And I'm Mr. Vaughn on Los Angeles today.
And I'm the hostess with the mostest, Kim Yadu.
Do the damn thing on LA Talk Live, reality radio, handcrafted for your listening and viewing pleasures. We are more than just talk.
Let go.
It's all love.
Turn this club into a blunt, yeah, you know I let it. My east side bitch calling, know it's been a minute. I don't think she get the point that I'm forever winning. Back to it, my cash flow fluid, and I can see the top even when they can't view it. And I'm seeing stars, everybody looking Jewish. Probably just a loud little Jack good music. City niggas don't sleep, I'm forever gon' eat. See me in midweek, going strong, no three. They say I'm on fleek, I barely know what it mean. I'ma take it as a young nigga getting to the green.
Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. You're tuned in to LA Talk Live, where we're more than just talk.
What motivates you, nigga? This motivate my nigga.